Hello, Sir Gary. Today, I'll be presenting about my survey on sports. So to start off, uh, during my survey, I took 30 responses from 30 different people of what type of sports they play the most. I wanted to find out why they like these sports, how often they play these, and their general opinion about these sports, because everyone always has different opinions. Now, let's move on to the first topic that I had in my survey. The first question: the type of sports that people play. What type do you play? You know, what type of sports do you enjoy the most? Now, as you can see from this graph, clearly badminton is the highest amount with 14 people, and the lowest amount is football. And if you can see on the right, I have a small conclusion on what I think about this. Basketball is pretty mid. It's pretty mid. Not that good. Pretty mid. Pretty mid. Good, but not that good. Pretty mid. Soccer, he's cooking, dog. He's cooking. Football, nah, man. We should just cancel that. But badminton, it's cooking, bro. That's Gordon Ramsay. But the other sports are pretty good too. Pretty good. Pretty good, I guess. In conclusion, football is not good, not good. But badminton cooking, bro. Now let's move on to my second question of my survey. How easy is your sport? I wanted to figure out what people think about their sport, whether it's difficult for the average person, difficult for them. You never know, right? So as you can see from my pie chart, the reason I use this pie chart because it's easy to proportion the amount of data I have into a pie chart by percentages. So you can see the gray part with 33% is just middle of the road. I made a scale of 1 to 5, as you can see at the bottom. 1 being the easiest, 5 being the hardest, and most people are not considered good or bad at their sport, or it's not red, nor good or bad or easy. It's just there, just pretty mid, meaning that most people actually are pretty good at their sport that they play. Now, my next question in my survey is, how often do you play your sport? I also want to know how many times in a week would people play their sport, saying if they really like their sport or not. So as you can see, I had a scale of 0 to 1 time a week, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 7, and 7 and above. Now, as you can observe, the only pieces of data missing are the 6 to 7 and 7 above, meaning that most common pattern is that people play usually 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes none to 1 time a week, maybe 4 to 5, but no more than 5. Clearly not, as you can see in the table or in the pie chart. I'm sorry. Now, what I also wanted to know was, do people actually have fun playing these sports, or are they like dragged by their parents or by friends or whatever? So, from my observation, I had a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I don't enjoy at all, and 10 being I really enjoy my sport. As you can see, out of the 30 people, only one person answered a 3 out of 10, meaning majority of people are pretty okay with their sport. They pretty enjoy it, but they don't really, really, really enjoy it. And there's only 2 people that really enjoy the sport, having a 10 out of 10. That, to summarize that, basically means that most people in this survey that do sports have fun doing their sports. Now, my next question in my survey is, why do people like or don't like their sports? Obviously, it's a pretty valid question, seeing how some people enjoy their sport, some people don't. So what I concluded was that 7 people think their sport is fun, therefore they like it. Now, 5 people, very odd though, very odd topic, egotistical. I can describe it even more, which basically just means that what I observed from their long answer in their survey was I'll give an example actually. One of the answers was, I'm just better, just one. And the second one is, people are just trash, Almao. Very egotistical if you ask me. Now, let's move on to why people don't dislike their sports. Maybe challenging, fair enough. 3 out of 30 people answer challenging. Some sports are challenging. Maybe that's why they don't like it. Maybe difficult or dangerous, depending how you see it. Some sports can be very, very difficult and dangerous at the same time, at the risk. And the other is the category that I made for other answers that were not really into any of these other categories, but it is still an answer at the end of the day. Now, an example can be, it makes me happy in my sad life. I'm not gonna go further on that because I don't wanna go into other people's business. Now, I'm going on to my next question. How seriously do people take their sport? Now, this is also something I wanted to know because people play sport for fun. They play just because they make money off it. But I just wanted to know, out of the 30 people in my survey, how many of them take them really seriously or not seriously at all? So as you can see in my pie chart, majority of people are actually playing their sports for fun. Now, in second, they play competitive, but still for fun. They're competitive with their friends. They want to win all the time, but they still play for fun. And what I did not get at all was number 5, which is I'm already a competitive player. Now, this means that they're probably an athlete or they join a lot of tournaments, stuff like that. And a little short summary is that out of 30 people, most play for fun, and the least amount of the 30 people are competitive players in their sport, as you can see from the pie chart. In conclusion of my survey, out of 30 people, the most common played sport is badminton and least is football. And 1/3 of the people in my survey, which means 10 people, don't find their sport hard or easy, but just subpar, just within the lines of easy or hard, just in between. And majority of people, over 60% of people, play their sports a maximum of 3 times a week, but no more than 5. And in addition to that fact, most people quite actually enjoy their sports, but they also have other reasons to enjoy or not enjoy their sports, which can be they find it difficult or they find it fun. And last but not least, 33% of people just play their sport for fun. And one example I can state is by a survey that is from my survey that someone answered, life is too short, just have fun and play what you want. Now, that just means relax and whatever. This survey doesn't really matter. Just have fun and relax and do whatever you want. Now, it is sad, but we have come to the end of my survey. However, this will not be the end. I know it's gonna be sad, but I will see you later.